The Manosphere documentary acts as a powerful reminder that the only way to tackle insecurity is through integrity, and integrity is something that all of these men lack. Integrity is about honesty, not just in what we say, but in how we live our lives. It's about having strong, consistent moral principles and living in accordance with them. As M. Scott Peck discusses in his book Further Along the Road Less Travelled, the root meaning of the term integrity is the verb to integrate. Integrity then is about wholeness, bringing the different parts of the self together. It is the opposite of compartmentalisation, a psychological defence mechanism that separates conflicting thoughts, emotions or experiences into distinct mental compartments. The men Louis Theroux interviews are clearly very invested in a patriarchal performance of masculinity, one that demands compartmentalisation. They don't seem very interested in exploring who they are and how that can be expressed. They're only interested in what they have. A beautiful wife, casual sex on the side, a mansion, a sports car. And it doesn't matter how they get these things, only that they do get them. H.S. Tikitoki names this out loud. If he worried too much about doing what he thought was right, then he wouldn't have the wealth that he has today. From his perspective, integrity is an obstacle between him and his status, and without status, he has no value. And you can tell there is something of a wound here, because he constantly flip-flops between admitting that he is exploiting people but making tortured excuses for it, and just flat out denying that he's doing so. His lack of integrity is clearly painful for him, and that's one of the things that makes him come across as deeply insecure. Because no matter how rich he gets and how big his muscles are, no matter how confidently he spouts misogyny, homophobia and racism in order to generate more views, he can't give a straight answer to the question of, but what does this say about who you are? So a lack of integrity can be painful. But here's the thing. Having integrity can also be painful. Society makes it painful. To commit to wholeness in an increasingly fragmented world is a radical act of resistance and involves rejecting the social scripts that we cling to because they make us feel safe. It means not giving in to the urge to control everything. It means letting go of the need to be perceived as a winner. It means openly valuing ourselves for who we are, being vulnerable in that process, and feeling the pain of the rejection we inevitably face. It is an immense act of courage and bravery, and I can see how, to a person who has amassed a net worth of 30 million through leaning into compartmentalisation, it probably doesn't seem worth it. Going to interrupt myself here because I totally forgot about the fact that, of course, they're all lying about how much money they are worth. None of them are worth 30 million, which, you know, it's just another symptom of the lack of integrity I'm talking about. But I believe in wholeness. I believe that the deepest levels of security and self-worth come from wholeness, and the more that men are funneled away from